Vande Krsna Foundation presents. Brahmji, you have met so many famous saints of India. Can you share some memorable moments with some of them?
Yes, I met Swami Chinmayananji and Swami Dayanand Saraswati and Swami Ramdev ji and Pramukh Swami of Swaminarayan. So once I was invited to this inauguration of the Akshardham in Delhi. So sitting with him, I talked to him, I said, look Swamiji, you have got about 800, at that time there were 800, now they have got 1,000 Swamis. You've got 800 Swamis, why don't you let go 100 Swamis and let them go all over the country and try to teach people what our culture, what our teachings are all about, because there is so much misunderstanding. People are so selfish and selling their own ideas and their own ashrams. So, but you are only interested in building temples, which is a great thing. They have done a great job in building temples all over the world. There are so many temples in America, so many temples in Africa, UK and all that. And of course, now they are producing a lot of literature and they are going out and preaching on the internet, social media. And then of course, talk to Swami Chinmayananji. My idea was that these Swamis or these Sampradayas should be free to go elsewhere and talk to people. So talk to Swami Chinmayananji, I said, well, Swamiji, why don't you really free all the centers you have got and you go around the world teaching. Oh, he says, you want me to become a sannyasi? What he meant was that, if I let go, so a very jolly person, very, very jolly person. So Swami Ramdev ji, I invited him to my place and he conducted a yoga camp in our house for 2 hours. We set up a stage and all that. So he has been to our place twice. So my thing is that these well accomplished and knowledgeable people should go around and not get stuck in four walls. Like talking to Jain Muni today and before. What I see is that the teachings of Mahavira, a lot of even Jain community people do not know the name of their master, the founder. So I asked them, they only know Mahavira. Ask them, what is the meaning of Mahavira? And they don't know. What does Mahavira means? The most difficult thing in the world is to conquer your mind. Anybody who has conquered the mind is the Mahavira. So that's what he did. So talk to them, they don't know. So I was talking to this Muniji, I said, well, you talk of ahimsa. There's so much hinsa happening all over around us. I've never heard any Jain sadhu talking about ahimsa. So why don't you do that? So I have interaction with a lot of people, and like Swami Shivanand, he created so many Swamis and let them go and preach and teach the whole world. So my thing is like Swami Dayanand Saraswati of Arya Samaj. He was all about teaching, almost revolutionized the teachings of India. He created so many institutions like, what you call this, Ayurvedic medical colleges and medical schools, and the ladies, the Vidwa ladies, widows could not marry. So his idea was, hey, if men can marry, so why can't the widows marry? So he revolutionized, produced so many reforms in the society. So, I've talked to a lot of Swamis, and of course when I share this booklet with a lot of Swamis and the Kathakar, they all feel so excited, including Gayatri Parivar, as I said. So they all very, very happy about this booklet. And my thing was that our teachings are so great, Kathakars, is okay, but we need more people, more realized souls to go around and teach.
Wow, so amazing. Brahmaji, you set up Park Square Homes, which is Florida's leading real estate company, but you started it from scratch. So, what were the challenges you faced in setting it up, and did you ever go through any setbacks?
See, like I just explained, how Ganesha thinks big, or the message there is that think big. So somehow, right from childhood, I had that attitude. You know, we were not very well off. We had a lot of financial issues, and that's why I had to give up school before finishing my high school.
Really?
And we were living 6 people, 4 brothers and sisters, my parents living in a small house of 12 by 12. And I used to study at night after doing full day's job, so after having given up the schooling. So I passed my high school, then went on to do my accountancy similar way, that I've had a full-time job. Then I studied, it's like chartered accountancy, 4 exams, and every time I always had this feeling that I will pass. There's no doubt about it. The whole idea was that I really, really want to do something big in life and help people. And this is where in my life so many things have just happened. A lot of things keep happening. For example, the one big break was when I was working for British Embassy. A lady came to work there, and when I went to go give my exam, so that lady talked to some of the colleagues in the office who told her about me. I don't know what they told her, but when I came back, she asked me if I was looking for an accountant's job. And of course I said yes, and went to an interview with her husband. And I told the husband that you are looking for an accountant, but I don't really know accounting. And the husband says, don't worry about it, I just want you to join. And I did. And there, of course, that was a big break there. And one after the other, things have happened in my life where, I went on progressing. And then, of course, I came to the UK and looked for a job there, and we had a business there. And when I went for an interview there, they asked me, why would you look for a post of an assistant accountant where you were chief accountant in Kenya and company secretary? I said, well, I don't have experience in UK. So they gave me the job of an assistant accountant where my boss was an accountant. And within 3 weeks, they called me in and they said, oh, by the way, we were looking for an accounts manager, and we have interviewed a lot of people, and we were interviewing you for the last 3 weeks, and we have decided to give you that job, which meant that my boss will become my junior now, that he will report to me. So that's what happened. So I took on that job, and from there, another break happened was, a friend comes to me and he says, oh, I want to import Land Rover spare parts to Kenya. So he gave me that opportunity to export Land Rovers and its spare parts to Kenya. And then another friend of mine, a contact, came from India and he said, oh, I'm going to US to get a franchise of Hilton Hotel to build a hotel in Delhi. Can you come with us? So I said, yeah. So we went to US to talk to Hilton people for a franchise. And a friend of these 2 people came from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Kebi, why don't you come to Louisiana after the talk with these Hilton people? So we went there, and there we talked to this person, and he was telling us how easy it is to buy land and property in Louisiana. So my friend bought 300 acres of land in Louisiana, and he asked me if I could take care of those issues involved with buying the land and developing the land. So I started going to US every 3 months from UK. And then ultimately, I ended up buying an apartment complex there, and we had a partner in US. So one after the other, lot of things just happened in my life. So first apartment, and then the second apartment, and the third apartment. Then we bought some shopping centers also. And then I said, well, you know, US, Baton Rouge or Louisiana is fine. Then I went on to Orlando. And I happened to buy some land, and somebody introduced me to a civil engineer in Orlando. So there we got together and bought some land. Again, the break there was that the first deal we did, and of course when I say I went to US, I had no money. A friend of mine from Kenya helped me to give the down payment, and of course we borrowed the rest from the bank. And similarly in US, when we bought the first project, the seller of the land agreed to let the bank have a security on the land itself. So that was our first project. And after that, of course, you know, we carried on. And we had this partner. The biggest challenge came when my partner was insisting that we sell the company. And of course, I didn't want to sell the company because Suresh was there and his son was growing up, so he didn't want to sell the company. So 2004, we decided, okay, we will buy the partner out. So we bought him out, and fortunately, we did extremely well after he left 2005 and 2006.
Suresh Gupta is Brahmanji's son-in-law, who's now the CEO of Park Square Homes, and he and his son Vishal are now running the company, and Brahmanji is now chairman emeritus, guiding them.
So, you know, we bought him out, and then what happens in 2007, this talking of challenges, there was a big recession. Lot of builders went out of business, and we had a challenge also. In fact, our lawyer and the accountant told us that we should declare bankruptcy. And I decided, no, we will not, and see what we can do. And eventually we came through, because we did not borrow a lot of money. All the profits we made, we put it back into the company. We made a lot of profit, but our lifestyle did not change. In fact, when we made a lot of profit, I donated a lot of money put a lot of my money into this foundation we created. The whole idea was, what can we do to help the society? And then, of course, go on to 2011 and 12, things turned around. But during the recession, most of the people lost everything they had. Even banks failed. The shares of the banks came down to $2 from $30, $50. So we had a big challenge there. And fortunately, you know, we carried on. Our lifestyle did not change. We did not waste any money. Still simple, and the family was very, very cooperative, and we came out of that. The most important thing was that the whole family, all the people, we treated them as family. You know, we wanted the people to feel at home and take care of their needs. And once we took all the employees on a cruise to Bahamas. There were about 350, 400 people. We took them to Bahamas. So they were very, very happy. Everybody feels like we treat them like a family. So that helps.
Wow, so you're truly living in the spirit of Vasudev Kutumbakam.
Yes, yes. And I believe that we are all a big family. Yes.
Right.
I have no doubt in my mind that if you have a big vision and you want to help people, the God helps you to help other people.
Yeah.
And that's what has happened in my life, that things keep happening.
Like our gurus say that Narayan ki sache man se seva karo, Lakshmi ji apne aap aati hain. But aajkal what we see is people run after Lakshmi ji, they forget Narayan, and Lakshmi ji to achala hai, aaj hai, kal nahi hai.
You know, like they say, you must have heard about the book Secret. whatever you need, whatever you desire wholeheartedly, in our culture we say that, पूरे मन से अगर आप pray करो तो चीज़ हो जाती है. So the Americans are now writing a lot of books based on our literature about our teachings in their own way, and they sell millions of books based on that. Now one of the things was the secret that whatever you want with your full heart, whole heart, you will achieve. And I don't know if that's true, but you know, Sita, for example, I was talking about this. Sita, at one time, she wanted that golden deer. And Ram said, there are no golden deers, but she wanted that golden deer. She even did not listen to Ram and insisted on having that golden deer. What does that mean is, with her full heart, whole heart, she wanted that gold. Eventually what happened was that she ended up in gold, Sone ki Lanka. And Ravan says, you say just get married to me and the whole Sone ki Lanka will be yours. So what it means is that if you think, if you want something wholeheartedly, you will actually achieve it. Why is that? Because when the mind is out of the way, you are divine. You are divine as it is. The mind is the block in between. So with your full mind, when you say wholeheartedly, then there is no mind, and you are divine. When you are divine, you can achieve anything. So this is what it is. People don't realize that if you want something wholeheartedly, then you can achieve that. So anything you want to do it with full vigor, thinking that it's just happening. I am just an instrument. Things will happen.
Wow, what a great message. Brahmanji is telling us that we are all instruments of the divine. So work without ego. Thank you. So the easiest way to become a bliss billionaire is to meditate every day. And Brahmanji also meditates every day. So let us now end our session with a short meditation with him. Shivoham Shivoham.